Hi, everybody. Dr. Barby here. I wanted to talk about something that came up on my Facebook feed and multiple times. So it's not just my Facebook feed. I hear people talking about it all the time. And I wanted to tell you my thoughts about it. And you can make your own conclusions after reading some things online. Maybe go to pubmed.org. That's where you actually have studies long term. And the thing I want to talk about is this sugar addiction that people are talking about, this sugar addiction that people need to get over. So they're eliminating sugar from their diet because they're addicted to sugar because their body is craving it or needing it. First of all, there's no actual addiction that we know of scientifically to sugar. In fact, a lot of your cells in your body need sugar to survive and thrive. So is it an addiction if you actually need it? That's the first thing. The second thing is that all these people are not talking about a true addiction. They're talking about feeling out of control around sugary foods. And what you maybe have heard about previously in my videos or in intuitive eating networks and other people's pages is that the more you restrict something, the more you are going to crave it. So if you have the sugar addiction, that's actually that you're craving sugar all the time. And it's because you've eliminated the sugar for X number of weeks and then you went on vacation and you cheated the whole vacation and all you ate was sugar. And now it's difficult for you to get out of your sugar addiction again and into not eating sugar. First of all, you ate that amount of sugar on your vacation because maybe you were more active, so you needed more fuel. Or maybe because you were restricting it all along, so the time that you open your mouth and you taste something sugary and sweet, your body is thinking, this never happens. When are we gonna get our source of sugar again? Let's just eat all the sugar available to us so that in case that we go into a sugar deprivation mode again, we'll have something within us. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. And that's when you lose control around the sugar and you feel like you're addicted to the sugar or you have no control over sugar or sugary foods or sweet foods. So the more you perpetuate this lack of eating sugar, and there are specific medical conditions that we have some evidence, it's confounding and it's changes and has mixed views. There's some evidence with some medical conditions that having a low sugar diet or low carbohydrate diet actually helps you. Like starving cancer cells, for example, because the cells thrive and grow with sugar just like any other cell in your body. So if you starve them from the sugar, they might actually die. And obviously some of your own body cells have an effect as well. But that's one of the few exceptions to this low sugar. So otherwise, if you're a healthy individual, the more you restrict the sugar intake, just like the more you restrict any other food or food group, the more you will crave it the first time you try it. And yes, you might forget about it for some weeks and you might be used to it and you might feel great. And then suddenly you start craving it again and you try it and you tell yourself, I'm only going to have a little bit because I'm craving just a little bit. But then when you have that little bit, you end up having a lot because your body was needing it all along the time that you were restricting it. So it's not really an addiction. You're actually worsening that lack of control or addiction if you restrict the sugar intake. If you actually allowed yourself to have all the sugar you want, all the sweets you want, eventually your body will ask you for other food groups, proteins, fats, etc. And those are the main three. So the main way to get over a sugar addiction or lack of control is actually eat all the sugar all the time. There's actually a nice challenge that you can try. It's a 3-day challenge where all you eat is the fear food that you have the lack of control over, and that's because you've been previously restricting it. So if you just eat that food for every single meal, every single snack for 3 days, or some people need 7, eventually your body starts asking you for other things. So if you're really fearful of your sugar addiction, my recommendation is go ahead, eat all the sugar all the time for 3 to 7 days. And I promise you, you will not have the same addiction or lack of control over the sugary foods. You actually will be craving other foods that don't contain sugar. And this doesn't mean that after those 3 to 7 days that you just eat the sugar and you get over your sugar addiction, that you will never eat sugar again. What it means is your body will be asking you for sugar when it needs it, when it needs that fuel. It will be asking you for protein when it needs it, and it will be asking you for fats when it needs fats. So don't try to control with your brain all your intake. Let your body do the talking for you. So if you're thinking that you don't have the control over sugar, let your body let you know that you do. Let your body eat the sugar that it's asking for, and eventually it will ask for something other than sugar. So these are my thoughts on the sugar addiction, and these are thoughts, I think, on the intuitive eating community about the sugar addiction. Definitely you can go read about it. Like I said, go to pubmed.org, read some articles on sugar addiction, see if you find anything. Read some articles on intuitive eating and intake of different food groups and what happens. And maybe if you're brave and you're feeling confident about getting over your sugar addiction, definitely eat sugar for 3 to 7 days straight. That's all you eat, all sugary foods, all these foods that you feel you have no control over. And then see what happens. See what your body asks you for after you've tried this for 3 to 7 days. And you might be surprised that, in fact, you don't have a sugar addiction, because there is no such thing. And with that, have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.